What's going on? And welcome back to part 2 of our weekly live stream series where we cover the latest and greatest in M&A, OTC, crypto news. And take a look at the charts here. As always, with me is Mr. Andrew, aka Simple Jack, our chart master.
Hello.
And we finally got some, at least hopium in the charts here. A nice little pump on Bitcoin today, back above 90K. How you feeling? How are we looking?
Definitely feeling thankful today.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of our American friends and family and viewers. Canadian
Yes.
Thanksgiving's next week or was last week?
It was last month, I think. I think we celebrated a month earlier.
Is it a month?
Ours
Okay, I
is
think
in
it was a
October.
month or a week, guys. A month. Okay.
Yeah, we're in October, so but who cares about Canada? No one gives a shit. It's the U.S. holidays that matters. Okay, this is when the market's closed.
Black Friday tomorrow.
Yes. And so the market's closed today for the U.S. Opens up for a half day tomorrow. I'm expecting volatility to be somewhat, low while we're in this kind of window here. But yeah, I mean, it was nice to see this week. We got a nice little euphoric rally. Consider it like a Black Friday kind of sale, I guess. People have been buying, and so yeah, it looks good now.
We're overall on the top charts of Bitcoin, Ethereum. What's the weekend? What's the next month looking like here? Obviously, a lot of talk going on with rate cuts, QE, etc. But what's TA telling us?
TA, what is TA telling us? Well, to be honest, it's showing some good signs here. Okay, so we talked about this nice little support that came in at 88.6 last on Tuesday, and then we were just kind of consolidating here. So this zone, this reload zone, is kind of where you want to see the bulls step up, and so now we're seeing the price action stepping in. We do have a V bottom recovery here, which isn't always the best. I would prefer if we had these wider W's, but V bottoms are still valid in a sense. They do need to be retested over time. So it's if we do pull back, retest, and then kind of carve out the actual other side of the leg of the W, then I would get extremely bullish because now we're getting very close to our bullish divergence. So once we get past that midline, we would have that confirmation. We were oversold, so that's already good. And then we got reload zone. So we got momentum, we got structure, we got location. And so for me, that makes me feel quite bullish. I didn't really have quite a trade there. I think if you're on the lower time frames, you probably could have bought that double bottom there. So I think right now you probably have to try to look at lower time frame for entries, or if you just wait for the pullback and then see if we can actually form that double bottom, that would be great. And so right now the upside target is around these 38.2s, back to that 98K. That's kind of where I'm thinking major resistance will be kind of first met. So we still have a decent window from here to there, and then maybe this weekend, while everybody's still euphoric and whatnot, the market can kind of continue rallying on here. But whether this is a dead cat bounce or the bottom, it's definitely a relief rally after weeks of just relentless selling. So it's nice to finally see. Ethereum, same thing. Ethereum actually has a confirmed bullish div now. That's great. We had oversold conditions. So momentum-wise, the bullish trend is in. The bulls are in control. Structure-wise, again, it's kind of like a V bottom. Not the most cleanest, but it did bounce off that 61.8 reload zone. And so same thing, we're looking at 38.2s as your first stop areas where you want to kind of consider all right, if you have bought these bottoms, it could be a decent place to start taking profits. Generally, 38.2s are where you get the first stops, the first kind of resistance or supports. And so that's kind of what I'm eyeing right now. Don't really have a long here. I mean, I would rather, like I said, have a W and then long. V bottoms, I'm not a big fan of trying to chase or play as well. So I think we probably can get a nice little curved structure over the next week or two. That would be ideal. So we'll see how that evolves there. But for now, definitely relief rallies here. Looks like we're going to have a decent Thanksgiving. People can't really shit on you too much, I guess. So
they still will.
Yeah, they still will. Yeah. Stablecoin dominance. We are double topping. We are breaking lower. Dominance coming back on Bitcoin. Dominance coming back on some of the altcoin indexes here. A little thing that's kind of troubling to me is so this red one it's all the altcoins outside of the top 10, I believe. And so it's weird because essentially this is kind of how I measure low caps or whatever you want to call it, or things that aren't as big. It's actually double topping right now. So it's not really what you want to see in an alt market if you want a hot alt market. These are V bottoms, so they are going to be retested as well. So a little mixed signal here where I'm very cautious that this might be a bull trap. And you look at most of these alts, still kind of just bottom ranging, still trying to form structure. A lot of it's just kind of V bottoms. So it's not overly the most bullish kind of structures, but I'm just mostly just waiting. So, but every now and then you might see something some shitcoin like this. I don't know. It's a pretty absolute shitcoin. You got nice bullish divergences, oversold conditions, bottom of the range, as you can see. And then you got a cute little double bottom trying to come in. So I think these are going to be the kind of swing trades you could try to take. I'm still cautious. I'm still kind of sidelined for the most part. I'm not overly eager to jump right into the market yet, but a lot of them are sitting against these reload zones, these bottom of the ranges, and so I do feel we're getting closer, perhaps potentially, to some kind of bottom pivot, but we're still early. I think there's still time for these prices to develop and then form a bit more structures, at least against their lows here. But yeah, I mean, if you can find those double bottoms, I think those are kind of your best bet. And then,
So you've officially flipped bullish. Bull market's back on. Everybody go long right now. V-shaped recovery. No all-time high in December.
I like the V bottom recovery so far, but until I start seeing actual double bottoms, I don't want to say we're bottoming. Yeah. But for the meantime, this relief rally is good. Enjoy whatever you can get out of it. Like I said, there are still trades. Even during a bear market, there's always going to be a bull market somewhere. So you just have to recognize, the patterns or whatever you want to call it, and then hope for the best.
How are equities looking today?
Yeah, so equities had a pretty strong bounce back so far. V bottom, same thing on crypto. V bottoms are going to be retested. They left pretty big gaps below, so I'm sure that's going to have to be filled. And they pretty much brought us right back into a short reload zone up against these previous highs and the original breakdown. So I am going to have to see how this market behaves tomorrow during that half day, and then Monday coming back from the long weekend. Because right now I do feel a lot of this was just this Thanksgiving kind of euphoric Black Friday push. But then after that, it's just we go back to just kind of selling off. And that's my fear right now. So really just a matter of time. And sorry if there's a lot of background noise here.
Andrew's having a party today, taking a break from the party to do the live stream here.
No, I'm just in a cafe today, so it's just a little bit noisy on the street here.
On the road, taking the show on the road. I know you had a couple good chats with some of our partners this week. We're able to get out there and get a face-to-face. It's always awesome. One of the good things about working in this industry is you're usually 100% remote. One of the bad things about working in this industry is you're usually 100% remote. So you end up working with a lot of teams, even your own team that, you may only get to see people once, twice a year. Fortunately, a lot of us live in Asia together. We see each other quite frequently, but some of our other team members spread out a bit. We see them once, twice a year. So always good to get those face-to-faces when we can.
Totally. I agree. And the weather's great here right now, so I love it. But yeah, equity wise, I do think like we're gonna have to really see like how strong this like pullback is. Um, I do expect to see resistance while we're in this area. So mostly just gonna wait till Monday because today market's closed. Um, and then, like I said, it's a half day tomorrow, which I think most people are gonna probably take off. So Monday we'll know, if we want to keep pushing or not. So, but it's I definitely like the recovery so far. I'm pretty sure if you look through the markets, like in the stocks, like there's actually a lot of different like bottoms that we're seeing. But we'll cover stocks another time.
Well, traders have some good opportunities here. It looks like for some entries coming up. Everybody else getting a good opportunity for some hopium. Maybe get back up into that 100K range. Start seeing some maybe some people flip from bearish to bullish again here.
Yeah, I think once we break above 100, I think people will probably just naturally be like, all right, we're bullish again, right? So it's just a matter of like getting there. So I think the best bet is just watch the lower time frame charts and just kind of see how the market behaves. Right now, we're just kind of stair stepping higher and higher. So as long as this kind of continues, we should be okay.
Nice. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Anything else on the charts you wanted to cover?
No, I think that's it. I mean, the only real trade that I kind of jumped back into was Pendle. We originally had this trade. We got stopped out there. But then as prices came back, I actually kind of liked that we were shaping this, bigger double bottom. I don't know why my MACD is not showing, but there is a bullish divergence here right now as well. And then, we had oversold, nice W's on the RSI. Bottom of the range, 88.6 tag. So this was kind of like the only real like valid setup that I really liked and had. Same with like Hyperliquid. I think had like a 4-hour setup, but yeah, I'm going very slow.
Slow and steady, cautious, still the name of the game, but do like the way things are trending.
Yeah. I think it's like okay to start looking for your setups. Just make sure your setup is like completed.
Solid. All right. Well, one thing we've been watching pretty closely here, Fed decision coming up in just over, well, let's see, today's 27th. We got about 11 days, I think, till 11 days. We've got the next Fed rate cut decision. Last week, very different story than this week. Up to 84% of people now weighing in for a 25 basis point decrease. No change last week. This time was at like 57%. So massive swing back in the favor of rate cuts. Very good news. Everything. It's kind of funny right now. You got two camps. You got the people that are bearish. You got the people that are bullish. And they're more or less all saying the same thing. Everybody that's in the bearish camp is saying, 4-year cycle type stuff, right? Everybody in the bullish camp is saying kind of what Kyle here is saying. Rate cuts incoming, QE next year, election cycle next year. So two camps, and I'm not hearing a lot of different opinions in those two camps. I kind of fall on Kyle's side of this argument. I do think we're gonna have a good 2026. I don't know exactly how that's gonna look. If we got more downside, more shakeup in the meantime, or if we've had that dump, now it's gonna be a slow grind up before we see some explosive stuff later next year. But it is interesting to see how over the last, relatively short period, within the last 3 to 4 weeks, we've really seen two staunch camps kind of form here in CT. I do think the majority of people are in that 4-year cycle bearish mindset still, but I don't know. Are you still kind of on the fence a bit? You're muted. Sorry.
I'm sorry. This is a lot. There was another like boombox.
Oh, no worries.
But no, I still stand by my 4-year cycle thesis. Like, even if we get a rally in 2026, great. Obviously, like I want the markets to go up. I'm long. I like the idea of the markets making new highs. That'd be awesome. But for me, like I like these cycle studies as well. So I just kind of want to prepare myself. So really, the charts will tell you everything. I think once we start getting those weekly W's, then I'll be like, all right, maybe like the 4-year cycle might be different this time. But for now, I think the 4-year cycle is in. The market did start selling off in the last few weeks. We're not out of the weeds just yet. And let's see what happens. Anything can happen in the next, 6 months, right? So.
Yeah, agreed. And I'm not one of those guys, and I think it's silly. I get it. Crypto Twitter, KOLs, like they have to make bold statements. No one's going to listen to you and watch you if you're like a very rational, level-headed person saying, well, here's the points I see on this side that makes sense. Here's the points I see on that side that makes sense. Here's what we need to wait for. Here's what statistics say. Like people don't want that. People want like either it's over or like we're back, baby. Yeah. And like that's all they want to listen to. So I get
fear and greed.
Yeah, exactly. So I get the different camps in CT. I definitely understand both sides, but I like what you said there. Like, even if I am bullish, I'm still trying to protect myself, right? Like I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm make your plans and stick to your plans. Make sure you have both sides covered.
Yes.
And we all have our own takes on what that means for us. You're a trader. You're trading regularly. You got a very different plan around upside or downside than I do because I'm not a trader, right? I'm looking at pre-sales over the next year. I'm looking at my DCA bags and things of that nature. So everybody's got to understand and tailor your own risk appetite, your own plan to your own risk appetite. But I think the mindset I'm in right now is within a year, Bitcoin could be 300K or it could be 30K, and I'm okay with either because if we're at 30K, I'll take that all day. I'll take 30K Bitcoin, $1,200 Ethereum, and I'll gobble as much of that up as I can over the next 12 months, right? Yeah. And if we go to 300K, obviously we're all going to be pretty happy. It's a great profit taking opportunity. The markets are going nuts. So if you practice sound investment where you're not risking money that you can't afford to lose, or you're not putting money in that you need next month to pay your bills, right? Like, I think that's maybe I'm always looking for silver linings here, but anybody that's still here, because retail has never come back this cycle yet. So if you're here, you should be an experienced DJ and you should be a, long-term believer in this asset class. So again, I got rose-colored glasses on a little bit, but I think 30K Bitcoin would be a blessing and 300K Bitcoin would be a blessing. We'll know in the next year or so. I'll take either. I don't see a losing scenario there. Make plans for either side and protect yourself. That's I think the smartest thing is don't get overly emotional and attached to one camp or another. Find the merit in both sides and plan for either or. Yeah.
Strong conviction, loosely held. That's what I was always taught.
Love that.
And just stop using leverage. If you want to survive, don't mess with perps. Just like spot buy and like it's headache free.
Yeah. And stop listening, stop listening to the Murad types, right? Like
Yeah.
It's like that was one of the funny things. Like he's like, you gotta have a cult-like following. When in the history of the world have cults been a good thing? Like cults never are. Cults never turn out well for the people in the cults. Like it's only the people at the top of the cults that scam everybody below them. So when that should be an instant red flag. Like we need a cult-like following in our meme coin. So the only way nobody gets rich there except the people at the top of the cult, right? Like if you're in a cult, that should be your first like red flag. Like maybe something's going on here.
Yeah. The minute I hear cults, it's like, oh shit, we gotta go. I don't want to be a part of this.
Value extraction.
Yeah.
Anyways, we don't need to get into the meme coin and all that other stuff right now. But what we should talk about here, we've got a couple new listings this week on the M&A side of things. This one, our featured listing for today here, PerpDex is red hot right now. Both in terms of the attention they're getting, the growth, obviously, Aster, Hyperliquid, all what's another really big one? Lighter, there's the new one, Pacifica. Like these guys are all in the headlines. They're making more money than anybody else in the game. And like any trend, there's a bunch of new tech coming out around this. These guys are exactly that. We have a lot of buyers right now interested in Perps tech of a variety of different types. This is a very interesting one, not only just because of the trend, but, if you're looking for, users and revenue, which is, 2 of the 3 core metrics in M&A right now, these guys have a great head start on that. Newer project yet. Founders did a great job building the tech, getting proof of concept, and they're looking to do an acquisition to help them scale, bring in user acquisition, marketing firepower, and cash to do so. That's not necessarily their expertise. They're more good at the 0 to 1 type step, which is a very common thing we see in these markets. They're looking for a partner who's experienced on the 1+ side of things to come in and help them take this to the next level. What these guys do, they're an on-chain copy trading aggregator. Essentially, they sit on top of Lighter, Hyperliquid, and these other popular perp dexes, and allow you to get all kinds of data, alpha, analytics, and also to copy trade your favorite traders on there. So they're not only letting you get your own individual trading analytics, but they let you get analytics on what other traders are doing to find and pick top traders to which thing you can copy trade and create strategies. Whether you're monitoring them and seeing where they're moving to help make your own moves, or doing exact copy trading, buying and selling right alongside with them. So we've seen some copy trading platforms before. This is the first one that I've seen that is designed specifically for perp dexes. They're off to a great start. They really only turned things on a few months ago, and they were really testing. The last 2 months here, they've gone ramped up the marketing, released a few new products, and they're starting to see revenue come in. As you can see, only 120K revenue since launch, but as they've turned on their new products and their marketing, over almost a third of that was just last month. So they are growing very quickly. Over 10,000 users on their platform. And, so they are growing these numbers quite quickly. Excuse me, I'm forgetting my English here for a bit. And again, as I mentioned before, the whole purpose, the strategy behind this acquisition is they want to bring people in to help them scale now, right? So they built out the product, they got the product market fit, proven revenue streams. Proven tech. Now they need help to take this to the next level. So if that's something, revenue positive project, with an experienced team, if this is the kind of thing in the perp dex, in the trading field that you might be interested in, hit me up. You can go right through the website here. We have a contact button. You can reach out on, if you're watching this on X right now, you can leave a comment. You can send us a DM on the homepage there. You can find us in our GeoFlow chat on Telegram. Number of different ways to get a hold of us. We're pretty doxed. We're pretty out there. Easy to get in touch with. But yeah, happy to take a look at this. We've got over 340 different assets now. Everything from licenses, centralized exchanges, perp dexes, infrastructure, trading terminals, wallets, marketing agencies. You name it. Our Rolodex spans, or our client offerings span almost every sector within crypto. So if you're a buyer out there looking to bring on new tech, new revenue streams, new users, new TVL, hit us up. We likely have some stuff that might be a good fit for your ecosystem. And if you're a project out there, you need help scaling, you need to bring in some new cash, you're looking to make an exit, whatever it happens to be. We're your one-stop shop to help you not only package up your offering and plan around an acquisition, but to get you in touch with high-quality buyers that are crypto native. So, if you don't know, if you came here for the charts, you don't really know what Acquire.Fi is all about. We appreciate you watching, but that's who we are, what we do. It's our core business is M&A acquisitions. We also have a large OTC and secondaries desk. So Andrew's your man on that if you have interest in that sector of this industry. Million ways to make money in crypto, baby. Gotta find your niche.
Million ways. That's what I love about it. And this is definitely like the perp dex season right now. Like the last 6-8 months has all been about these perp dexes. And so definitely a very hot sector. Seeing more and more and more.
Yeah, perp dexes are super hot. Dexes in general, we're seeing some demand for. We've got some market making tech out there that we're getting a lot of hits on. Trading bots, dex aggregators, trading terminals, a lot of the DeFi stuff. Again, it's all stuff that's generating revenue. So we're getting a lot of attention around that. What's it called? Like Polymarket, is that prediction markets. We have a couple prediction market platforms, tech out there that's again quite popular. So A lot of different things to take a look at. A lot of interesting revenue generating businesses out there, which is one of the things I love about working in M&A. So much of the criticism for this industry is like, it's all vaporware. It's all bullshit. There's no actual, it's all maybe someday we'll build this or have this audience. 90% of the stuff we do is like, real businesses that are actually producing revenue. They have clients, they have product out there. So it's a fun part of crypto to work in.
Yeah, definitely. And it's very reassuring too. It's like when I'm trading, a lot of times I'm like, yes, these projects are garbage, blah, blah, blah. But then you actually see like under the hood and you're like, oh, actually, a lot of them are actually profitable.
Yeah, some of them are.
Sorry. Not all of them. Some of them. Yes.
Good deal. Well, definitely the top breaking story of the day just coming in. I think this was just in the last couple hours here since this morning. It's now, I believe, been confirmed that Korean exchange UpBit has been hacked. About just shy of $37 million has been drained on the Solana network in an attack. In the early morning hours. Before UpBit has officially disclosed the incident, the exchange says all user losses will be fully covered from its own reserves. That's great to hear. That still doesn't give a lot of market confidence in terms of why, we just don't know why did this hack happen, what was the exploit vector, why Solana, etc. And we've seen there was another smaller hack earlier this week, and last week we had 2 hacks as well. So we've been seeing a lot of exploits recently with major protocols. More and more, adding more and more fuel to the privacy narrative. One of the big aspects of the privacy narrative that gets overlooked is not just our own personal privacy. Protecting my, your and my financial data, or whatever, bank accounts, our credit card information, addresses. Getting doxxed. That of course is a very important aspect of it. But more and more so, a lot of the tech heavy guys are focusing on, guys, if we're going to scale, if we're going to make this industry safe, we need to inherently build privacy into DeFi, into blockchain as a fundamental principle, or as this tech and this industry continues to grow, more people, more money on board here. These hacks are only going to get more frequent and worse. We talked about Tuesday. This is commonplace in the traditional markets. JP Morgan and like 2 other major banks got hacked for the umpteenth time earlier this week. User data exposed. Google gets hacked all the time. Amazon gets hacked.
AWS is exactly. It's like every week.
Yeah, so I'm becoming a bigger and bigger believer in the privacy narrative. I've always loved it from the personal liberty aspect of it, but the OPSEC is a new paradigm that I think is going to be coming to the forefront of that conversation, and we'll see more and more people backing Vitalik's thoughts around making things natively private here. Where is the other story I wanted to talk about? We've got the here we go. The Fusaka upgrade coming.
Okay.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I wonder how that affects like UpBit's IPO.
I don't know. That's a very good question. And another factor that projects need to think about, the more and more Web3 companies are looking to IPO. We've had a number of them this year. There's already a good list of projects that have publicly stated they're working towards an IPO. And in private conversations that we have with a lot of projects, there's many more projects out there looking to IPO in the next year or two. So OPSEC is going to be very, very important for those projects. They're going to become massive targets, and it can screw up potentially their IPO. So hopefully UpBit gets all this secured, figured out, and they obviously have stopgaps in place. It's great to hear that the foundation came out right away and said, hey, we're gonna make customers whole. But it's still who knows how long that'll take, right? Just because they say they're gonna get you your money back, that could be a year from now. It could be 5 years.
It could be 10 years.
Well, Mount Gox people are still waiting. Yeah, FTX people are still waiting. So
yeah,
those are obviously a bit different nature. The entire ecosystem collapsed. It's not what happened with UpBit, but overall, good to see that they're going to take care of people there. But yeah, Ethereum Fusaka upgrade. I don't know why they always have these random weird names, but Fusaka upgrade is in 7 days. The biggest thing this is going to do is L2s are going to start burning ETH. Again, very bullish for ETH. ETH's got a lot going. All L2 is going to be burning ETH. Stable coins are going to be driving up transaction volume. So, ETH's looking very bullish in my opinion. But yeah, Coinbase burning ETH, Robinhood's L2 burning ETH, OpenAI, World Chain is going to be burning ETH, Sonium's burning ETH, Alibaba, UAE, ADI, Kraken's Inc., Lighter, Deutsche Bank, Arbitrum, et cetera, all going to be starting to burn ETH. Massive upside for the utilities perspective coming in for ETH here. Now, we've seen in the past, sometimes the foundation takes this as an opportunity to sell into any sort of pumps. Hopefully, they've lined their pockets enough at this point, but definitely some time for the Ethereum Foundation here.
Yeah, let's see.
We have, we've seen these upgrades in the past, and again, I've given Ethereum a lot of shit over the last couple of years, but I will say in the last year, the upgrades that they've been doing have been very positive. We've seen, in my opinion, just as a casual trader and market participant, the impact has actually been felt on Ethereum. Like gas fees have gone way down, chain's been easier to use. That's still the only place people are really building, for the most part. Overall, they've made some good change in the Ethereum Foundation, I think, and much more happy with what I've been seeing coming out of them the last year than previously.
Yeah.
Less on stage karaoke from Vitalik. That's what we need. We need the Vitalik we got last week with the sunglasses. Gets up there, rips out a solid 8-minute speech, and fucks off. No karaoke, no furry outfits, no cosplay, no boners with Asian chicks. Just like get it there, gets business done, and fucks off. That's what we want to see.
Oh god. It's like a walking meme. Oh.
Yeah. So what else here? So some negative Solana news with the hack on Solana there with UpBit, but positive Solana news. Franklin Templeton spot ETF prospectus with the SEC, setting fees at 0.19%, lowest among all Solana spot ETFs, and waiving fees for the first $5 billion in AUM. ETF expected to go live today. So good bullish alt news, good bullish Solana news. More and more of these ETFs coming in. Going to see, these top alts, blue chip alts, get some love from all of the weekly buying that happens in the States with all the retirement funds, all the big what do you call those, 401ks, union funds, etc. So starting to take the little volatility out, but get that more traditional ETF up and to the right type charts going for some of these big blue chips, makes DCAing more and more attractive. If you're looking to build a retirement portfolio in crypto, that you should love seeing this kind of stuff. Yeah.
That's good. Solana actually looks pretty good, like chart wise as well. So
nice. Yeah, a lot of people still have Solana as one of their big projected winners for this cycle yet, if the cycle does continue. Still a lot of people calling for $1,000 Solana before the end of the bear market or the bull market here.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, some kind of, as the story continues to unfold with what happened in October, revealing more and more information, explaining a lot more why we dipped down to 80K there. Bitcoin seeing the largest open interest drop from this cycle from 45 billion to 28 billion within a few days, signaling that a leverage washout rather than a bear market is underway here. Again, whether you believe that or not, we are seeing more and more evidence of what we've been echoing on the show since it happened. Like, this is a much bigger event than people are giving it. Maybe it is what is the catalyst that started a bear market. Maybe we're in a bear market now. But people look at FTX collapse as the apocalypse in crypto. That was how many years ago, and it was a fraction of the size of this. So still, people are underestimating how big of an issue what we had happen back in October with all the liquidations there, and that started this capitulation down to 80K. There's still bodies that are going to come floating to the surface. We haven't seen the end of this yet. So hope we are on the recovery. Hope we are going to start pumping again. But I would still expect to see. There's a lot of projects out there that are probably on the border of insolvency that we don't know about yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll keep coming up. It's like a weekly update.
Yeah. What else do we got here? More positive news from the U.S. Treasuries. Treasury posted a $284 billion deficit in October, the worst opening month to any fiscal year in history. Let's go, boys.
Nice.
Means the government spending has jumped 18% year on year to 688, almost 89 billion. 6-month average moving up to 590 billion. To put it in a different perspective, U.S. government expenditures are averaging $22.5 billion per day last month. I don't know. It doesn't seem sustainable to me. Maybe we're doing something wrong here. So macroeconomics continue to be what they are. We talked a bit on Tuesday, kind of how the U.S. is going to leverage cryptos and stable coins to try and put a Band-Aid on the deficit, or the debt rather. Requiring all stable coins to be backed by U.S. Treasury bonds. So they're pulling all stops out right now to kick this can down the road further. But there's obviously a fundamental underlying issue with our system. This is why Bitcoin exists. This is why crypto is here. I think no matter what the price of Bitcoin does, this is the kind of thing that it's always important not to forget. This is the alternative.
This is why stocks and all these things are so overvalued. Just there's no other way. These are your hedge, right?
If you don't hold hard assets, you will always be poor.
Pretty much.
You got to get to a point where you can get your income above paying for your basic needs, get an emergency fund put away, but you have to have a plan to start investing in hard assets, whether that's crypto, a Bitcoin, gold, equities, real estate, whatever it is. Your only protection against the continued devaluation of not just the dollar, but all fiat currencies is hard assets. So until we, go back to a gold standard or fix the fiat system where banks and the Fed, the central banks around the world, the Feds around the world can manipulate the currency however they see fit, we're going to continue to see this problem accelerating.
Yeah.
So what else do we got here? Coinbase Ventures. We keep a close eye on these guys. Massive in the M&A space. I think Coinbase has already done 9 acquisitions this year. They don't plan on stopping anytime soon. These guys are probably leading the market in terms of acquisitions from a dollar perspective, probably from a project perspective as well. But so love to see this list coming from them. This is a list of what they are the hottest and most bullish on for 2026. RWA perpetuals topping the list. No surprise there. Perpex is. And tokenizing, all kinds of assets to be able to speculatively bet on at the top there. Specialized exchange, props, AMAs, prediction markets. Again, all 3 we named right at the beginning of the chat here, looking at this new deal that we've got there. So again, if you're in alignment with Coinbase, definitely hit us up and check out this new M&A opportunity that we've got. But composable perps on unsecured on-chain credit. This is a big one we've been seeing a lot of. Unsecured credit. What is that? So instead of having collateral backing your loan, you're usually loaning money out, or a bank or somebody is loaning money to you based on your revenue, typically your forecasted revenue. So if you're making $1 million a year, you'll get a loan based on that, and the repayment terms are based on your future revenue. They have a claim on future revenue. One of many models you can do for unsecured on-chain credit, but the credit market is massive. The entire fiat system is a credit-based system basically. So no surprise that come on-chain, especially as we see stable coins make their big move into blockchain there. Or excuse me, I should rather say stablecoins have always been on blockchain, but as we see the TradFi institutions moving into stablecoins, bringing fiat on-chain. On-chain privacy, mention that again also as well. Maybe they've been listening to maybe Coinbase has been listening to the Acquire.Fi live streams. This is pretty much all we've been talking about. Unsecured credit, perps, RWA, robotics. We talk about robotics all the time. Proof of humanity. That is one we have not talked about much. that's kind of what WorldCoin was all based on. They approached it from a very, very Big Brother perspective. I was not a fan of WorldCoin. I don't know how proof of humanity. I get why it's something people are concerned about with AI. But every example of a project trying to do some sort of proof of humanity thing just seems like big data and leading to more of a what do you call it? Big Brother, like surveillance state like China has. I don't see any of these proof of humanity projects that inspire any sort of. It's funny they have proof of humanity and privacy in the same list here because those two are like almost opposite, at least from what I've seen. But maybe someone's got a solution out there that combines proof of humanity and privacy. Maybe there's some Zcase tech out there that gives us the best of both worlds. That would be lovely. It is a concern as AI gets better and better. We've seen, is it banana something? Gemini's like video and image generation tech has took a huge jump in the last couple of weeks. It's like terrifyingly good. You can make passport photos, driver license photos, and they look like spot on to the real thing. Take a picture of you and you say, I want it for this country, and there you have it. So yeah, I mean, as that continues to grow, great local business here that I know the founder of. He's posting more and more AI content. He's openly talking, oh yeah, previously this would have cost us thousands of dollars to hire an actor to come in and do these commercials. Now the AI is so good, you can still tell if you're really looking at it, but if you're just passively scrolling ads, it's every bit as good, So proof of humanity is understandably an interest to people. But the last one there, also AI agents for on-chain development. That's an interesting one. Most of the AI agent stuff we're seeing currently is focused around on-chain trading. So on-chain development is a great new field to be looking at. But overall, love the list of bullish sectors from Coinbase. I think, it's pretty much all the sectors we've identified have been following as well for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's consistent with everything, all the conferences we were at this year.
Yeah. Stable coins is about the only one that's not on there. I didn't see any stable coin stuff on there. That's the other big one we heard about. Maybe DPIN, DeSci, the decentralized physical infrastructure networks. That's another.
I feel like DeSci kind of died out. It was hot for like a minute there, and then it just kind of nobody really talks about it anymore. Yeah,
I think Q1 this year, when we were at Consensus, there was a lot of like DeSci talk, but haven't heard much of this then. But DPIN, the decentralized physical infrastructure networks, those have continued to be around. I think they need to get their heads out of their like this green mentality. Like I think that's a boring narrative. No one is like, you can't use that as your headline to like raise funds anymore. Like, oh, we're like a DPIN, like green energy, blah blah blah. Like the tech's cool. The tech has lots of applications, but we need to broaden our horizons and get out of the solar car panel. Or solar car recharging station, fractionalized, tokenized, blah blah blah. So, anyways, yeah, DPIN, DeSci, lots of cool stuff out there. And if you're into trading, like these are all going to be looking for find a couple top companies in each of these sectors to identify. If you're into early stage investment, same thing. But kind of the caution we advise with all this, you can do anything you want, but you can't do everything you want. So. You don't think you're going to find and be able to invest in the top 10 companies in all of these. Like pick one or two that you want to get really familiar on and like understand everything about composable perps markets. That's how you're going to identify like the top two big winners that are going to come out in that sector, right? Even then, it's going to be a gamble there. But if you're trying to do that with all of these at the same time, good luck, sir.
Yeah, that's a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah. What else do we see if we have any other interesting news? Yeah, I think I got probably one more good story here to cover before we wrap this up here on this holiday, entering into the holiday weekend here. So big story, USDT. So Tether, their issuer Tether, becomes the largest independent gold holder in the world. Now this is a caveat. So this is when they say independent, that's the key word there. I think the statistic I read was outside of centralized banks, they're now the largest private holder of gold in the world, which is still very impressive. I think they bought something like 15 billion, or they're on target to buy 15 billion tons worth of gold this year, or something along those lines. I think I have it here actually in this. Yeah, so they now hold around $15 billion in physical gold, making them one of the largest non-central bank gold holders in the world. A lot of speculation around why are they doing this. From what we've heard, the reality is, one, yes, they're trying to reduce the amount of Bitcoin that they have on their books as backing their USDT, the stable coin. But also we've seen they're one of the biggest providers of digitalized gold. So that is another big factor here. Digital gold is becoming its own trend. We've got a number of different partners that are working in that field there. That's something I think we see also could add to Coinbase's list is I guess RWA tokenization purposes is one of the, I guess that falls into there, into that category. But gold specifically coming on chain in record numbers. Tether is a leader in that, wants to continue to be the leader in that. I think that's also an impetus of why they're buying gold here. But it's also sparked new Tether FUD. Every cycle, or usually multiple times a cycle, we get new FUD around Tether collapsing. I'll read this whole thing if you want, but more or less kind of explains what's going on with them buying, how they're shifting their books around. But he goes on to say the issue with this is, Bitcoin currently makes up too much of 5.6. They're only backed with a 3.9 safety buffer. Bitcoin goes down too much, could cause liquidation issues or liquidity issues for Tether. They're saying that same issue could happen with gold. Gold's up 50% this year. What if that retraces a lot? So on and so forth. I think his case is a little bit, kind of weak here for Tether. Obviously, Tether hasn't been the most transparent in history, but they're making so much money right now. They have so many assets on their books. They've had quasi audits before. I don't put a lot of merit to Tether FUD at this point. Of course, if Tether were to unwind, that'd be
the end of crypto.
Yeah, I don't know if I quite say it'd be that's curtains on crypto, but we would have the generational bull market that would last for a long, long time. Everything would be dead for a while. So
yeah. Luckily they're the Teflon Don. They nothing sticks.
Yes.
They are okay. We'll be okay.
Yeah, one of the big things he mentioned here is that S&P Global, one of the world's most trusted rating agencies, just gave Tether the worst possible score, downgrading them. So, say it's a warning red light, understand where they're coming from. But I mean, Tether's making $15 to $20 billion a year with like 50 staff. It's almost all profit. They're raising $500 million right now, which they're going to get all of that probably oversubscribed.
Yep.
I'm not terribly concerned about them having liquidity issues at the moment.
No, dude, if they're buying this much gold, I think they'll be okay. It's I think they're making the right moves, honestly, like hedging your bet.
Yeah, agreed.
Gold is that perfect hedge. So maybe we'll go back to US dollar being backed by gold.
Well, it's going to take more than Tether to make that happen, but that would be the dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Anyways, everybody, thank you for tuning in. 60 plus of you tuned into the live stream on YouTube and X. We appreciate you guys. Give it a like, give it a share, give it a comment. Helps the algorithms, helps get more eyes on the stream. We appreciate it greatly. Appreciate all of you tuning in on this holiday weekend. I know a lot of you probably got plans and ready to call it early, but appreciate you spending some time here with us. Let us know how we can make this more valuable and more interesting to you. What kind of stories do you want us to cover? What charts do you want to see? What kind of analysis? Do you want us to spend more time focused on OTC stuff, M&A stuff? Let us know. We are here for you. We do this for you guys. So let us know what it is that you want to see. But that's it for us. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Have a good long weekend, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day.